Hello YouTubers and welcome back to another episode of Wi-Fi battling. Today I bring you something slightly out of the ordinary, a monogen battle against Yungmatti. Now, as the name may suggest, a monogen battle is a battle where both players use Pokemon from a single generation or region. In this case, I am using Kanto while my opponent is using Sinnoh. Now, that of course means we'll be using weather, and Kanto is known for its sunny disposition, while Sinnoh is sandy, I guess. Now, taking a look at my opponent's team, I notice a Hippowdon, most likely the defensive variant. There's the Poison Healed Gliscor, which always annoys the hell out of me. There's Infernape, who used to be the best starter prior to Gen 5, and Azelf, who makes an excellent lead because it has high speed, taunt, stealth rock, stuff like that. There's a Torterra, which is a rare sight. I believe I have yet to face a Torterra in battle. And there's the Rotom Wash. I notice these on sand teams quite often, though I'm not exactly sure why, but that's cool I guess. As for me, I'm using my Sun team. I have Drought Ninetales, Chlorophyll Venusaur, Solar Power Charizard. The rest of the gang isn't really that much reliant on the Sun, but Dragonite's Fire Punch and Slowbro Fire Blast get a slight boost. As for Gengar, he doesn't rely on the weather at all, he's just too cool. So, with the introductions out of the way, let's get this show on the road. Now, he's gonna lead off with the Hippowdon, this being a sand team and all, and I predict this and I go into Charizard. Or do I predict this? Now, I was thinking like, if he doesn't have the Stone Edge, he can't really touch me because Earthquake I'm immune to and Ice Fang, I don't mind at all. So, I fire off a Fire Blast into this hungry hippo's mouth. And it does a pretty decent chunk, which confirms my suspicions of this being a defensive variant. Now, he goes for the Whirlwind, but the Divine Winds work in my favor and carry Ninetales into this battle. So I get my Drought up without even having to switch in. Thank you, Hungry Hippo. Now, he's gonna switch out of here because he doesn't want his Weather Inducer to like get KO'd in the first 2 turns. That would suck, wouldn't it? And he goes into Gliscor named Crazy Eyes. I go for the Fire Blast hoping to get some damage, however, I miss. Now, either predicting my switch or underestimating my Ninetales, he decides to stay in. However, Fire Blast, boosted by Fire Gem, and the Sun and the Stab equals 1 roasted Scorpion. So that's awesome, I don't have to deal with this Gliscor. It always annoys the hell out of me with the Earthquakes and the Protect, Poison Heal, stalling and stuff. Now he goes into Infernape, called Champion. I decide to switch my Ninetales out, I don't want him taking any damage. I have Slowbro to take the damage, so Slowbro takes the Stone Edge and he doesn't mind at all. It does next to nothing. Slowbro has gargantuan defenses. Now he goes into Torterra while I go for the Thunder Wave. I should have predicted this, but I guess not. I am unable to paralyze a ground type. Now the Torterra goes for a Stone Edge. However, it misses and I go for the Fire Blast. Boosted by the Sun, this does an amazing chunk. Now, I was hoping to 2-hit KO this Torterra. I like take a hit and then just regenerate my butt out of here. However, this Torterra decides it's hammer time! And Wood Hammer being stabbed and all is going to take out the Slowbro. However, Rocky Helmet does its thing, and now Torterra is going to receive godly damage due to Wood Hammer recoil, so bye-bye Torterra. You deserve it. Now he sends out his Infernape again, while I believe I went to my Gengar. Yes, that's exactly what I did. He goes for the Flare Blitz, trying to like take advantage of my Sun. But that's never a good idea because this Gengar is Focus Sashed. Yes. And I go for the Psychic. Now, I don't care what you say. Psychic Gengar is totally viable. It's like, I don't know. It's viable. So yeah, this KOs the Infernape, which is good because that was like a fast threat on his team. I don't have to deal with it anymore. Now he goes into Rotom Wash. I kind of predicted he would have the Choice Scarf, however, I don't really have anything that enjoys taking a Volt Switch, so I decide to sack Gengar. I mean, he did his part. He can rest in peace. Oh wait, he's a ghost, they don't rest in peace. Okay, so now he goes into Azelf while I switch back into my Charizard. Now, I don't know if he thought I wasn't scarfed or what, but I am. So I go for the Flamethrower, which is boosted by Solar Power, Sun, and Stab. That is quite a lot of damage. Enough to take out this Azelf. It didn't have a Focus Sash, which surprised me. I was expecting a Focus Sash and then like Psychic in my face, but guess not. He switches back into the Hungry Hippo to get the Sandstorm back up while I decide to bail out of here. No, actually I go for the Flamethrower while he switches out into Rotom Wash. I guess predicting my Flamethrower. That's a good play on his part. And now I'm going to switch out because I don't want my Charizard taking a Volt Switch or a Hydro Pump or whatever this Rotom Wash is packing. So I go into my Dragonite. Dragonite just loves the sand, you know, because it breaks his multi-scale and stuff, and no, that's not what I was gonna say. So Dragonite takes the Thunderbolt quite nicely, I guess due to the multi-scale, so on the next turn I should expect double damage. But he switches out, back into Hippo. And I take this as an opportunity to set up a Dragon Dance. Yeah, Dragonite loves to shake his stuff. Now I'm at +1 attack, but I don't think I can KO this Hippowdon in one hit. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I had this battle like a while ago, so let's see. He heals up back with the leftovers. I go for the Dragon Claw. I believe it fails to KO. Do I may be wrong? No, I'm not wrong. This is definitely the defensive variant, so he goes for the Ice Fang, which does a pretty decent chunk, enough to put me in the red zone where the sand gets in my eyes and I die. That sucks. I have lost my Dragonite without him being able to do anything noteworthy. Now it's time for my Ninetales to get back in the game and get my sun back up, because we Kanto people, we enjoy the sunlight. We do not like sandstorms. He doesn't switch out, which surprised me, and he gets to take a Solar Beam to the face. And the Weather War Oscar goes to Blight! Yes, I have won the Weather Oscar. Thank you so much. Okay, so now this match is pretty much over. Without the sand, he can't really do much. He goes for the Hydro Pump, but the sun shields me, like it evaporates the water particles and stuff, so Ninetales is able to live. I go for another Solar Beam. I guess I should note that this is a offensive Ninetales. I don't like the defensive variant. I'm not a defensive kind of guy. Okay, so this is going to KO Zippo, and that will be the game. So good game, Yungmatti. I really had fun, like I always do in our battles. As for you guys, feel free to comment, subscribe, hit the like button. It's not gonna bite you, you know. I hope to do more of these irregular kind of battles in the future, like mono color or mono type. I would definitely want to do a mono type battle, so if you are mildly interested, stay tuned for more, and bye bye.